Hi everyone, Tushar this side. So today in this video I am going to talk about that what are the other work of software engineer that you need to know in order to be a good developer or be a good software engineer. A lot of college students may think that if you want to become a software engineer then you need to be only good at coding and then every day come to office, open your VS Code window, write some code over there and it's done. No, this is not the right way you should be a software engineer. Yes, coding is a major part of software engineering, but coding is not everything about software engineering. So today we will be exploring couple of points that you need to consider in order to be a good developer. So let's start with the video. At point 1, I will keep that in order to be a software engineer, you need to gather the requirement first. So let's say there are some product person who will be dealing with the product or like who will give you the requirement that this feature we are going to build and this is the use case of this feature and the user is going to use this feature in this way. So then when they will first give you the requirement that this thing we need to build, then you need to be good at requirement gathering. Like let's say if user click this button, then what will happen? You can give some feedback over there also. Like let's say you are an experienced developer, product is giving some requirement to you, so then it's your responsibility. If anything you think that will be better in this product decision or like that can make the user more engaging, then you can suggest your changes that no, this button is not looking so good, we can change this, and on clicking this button we can open this page and from this direction the user can go. So these are giving input. Software engineer need to be good at input, and always when you are developing your software you need to focus from customer point of view, that what customer will think, what the user will think when they will be using this application or like that. So the first thing is you need to be good at requirement gathering. If you have any doubt, ask the product people, but you need to be 100% sure that I am going to build this feature and this feature is going to help the user in this way. So this thing you need to know. Now the second point is documentation. So yes, we write a lot of code. So when let's say you are joining a new organization, in that organization if I throw you in the code base at your very first day, then will you be able to get all the point that how we write code or what is the logic behind writing this code? You don't know anything about the code base, right? So here the point that will come into the picture is documentation. So in each and every feature delivery, when you are writing code, document everything, every single thing in a like let's say Google Doc or anything there. If let's say somehow you are developing a feature and you become sick, you are in sick leave, so at that time in order to a fair delivery, like let's say in a timeline, let's say some other developer is picking that task, so at that time if you want that this other developer will not face any problem, then you need to maintain a good documentation that this is the feature we are building, this is the approach I am thinking of for building this feature, and I have done with this part. So every time before writing the code, first document the thing that this is the approach by which I will be solving this problem, or on this button click this will happen, on this button click this will happen, and here in DB we will create the entry like this. And always if you are a backend engineer, try to write the schema design also in the documentation. If anyone else is picking your task in future or maybe because of any bug, then definitely that will be helpful for them also. So documentation should be in the second position in order to be a good software engineer. Now the third part is code review. Yes, code review also play a very crucial role when you are a software engineer. So in order to make your code base clean, you need to make sure that every code that are merging in the code base has properly reviewed by a senior developer. So when with time you are becoming a senior developer, definitely you need to review others code and you need to put your feedback over there. Let's say someone junior developer is doing some mistake, so then you need to comment those things out in their peer that this is not the right way to do these things. You can suggest like this thing can play a better role, or these things can work in a much more efficient way. As you are a senior developer, so it's your responsibility that you need to review others code and you need to understand that what is the logic behind their code or like how they are doing things. So code review should be in the third position to be a good software engineer. Now the fourth point is what I hate every time, that is testing. So yes, if you are a software engineer, you need to test your code before giving it to the QA. So every time, like when I test anything, I definitely find 1 to 2 small bugs, some edge cases that I am missing in my code. So when you will be writing the test cases one by one, that this case I will test, in this scenario I will test, in this scenario what will happen, every time you need to find that what will be the edge case and you need to test your code on those test cases that if they are passing or not before giving it to the QA or before giving it to in review. Like your code will also get reviewed when you will be raising your peer. Before creating the peer, you need to test your code properly that it is working for all the edge cases you have thought of. So testing is another main important point when you want to be a good developer. So test your code before giving it to the QA. Now the next point is you need to tell your feature to the whole team that what you have worked on. Let's say you have created a new feature and that feature is now passed all the QA and it is in production. It is user is using this. After the production release or before the production release, you need to make sure this point that every other developer of your organization are aware of this feature. So this is another part that you need to consider to become a good developer. So you have written the code, it passes all the edge cases, the quality assurance engineer or the testing engineer have tested the flow and everything is working fine. Now your responsibility is this: you will tell the other developer that you have built these things. If you guys have any suggestion on that, then you can put your feedback on that, then we will change the product accordingly. So every other developer will also be aware about your feature and the work you are doing. So that is another main aspect to become a good developer, and you need to be a good team member. Not only a good developer who always write code, you need to be a good team member who can work in team. Like one feature cannot be done by only one person in a big organization. Maybe you are working in a team of 10 people, 20 people, or maybe 5 people. Then you need to collaborate with the team that these are the things you are working, these are the approach you are thinking of. So collaboration and team playing is another main important point to become a good software engineer. Now last but not the least, you need to learn every single day. Yes, software engineering is a very changing profession. Like every single day you will get that new technology has arrived, your code base is switching to a new code base or new language. These things happen in software engineering. Like you need to get updated with the news that what new is coming into the field, and you need to learn those things and you need to go on top of that. Let's say currently ChatGPT has come, Google Gemini has come. So you need to learn that how to use those things and how to make you more productive. Let's say some engineer who are not aware of all those AI things, they are writing their code by their own. And some other developer who is writing their code by, let's say, GitHub Copilot or maybe ChatGPT, their code will be much more faster than the previous developer. So company will definitely prefer the second person, right? So you need to always get updated with the flow, that what is happening new in the industry, what new I need to learn. And sometimes what happens that, let's say your code base is running in a particular way, and somehow when you are already updating yourself, you learn that these things will be much more optimized than your code base thing. Then you can suggest these things to your whole team that yes, this thing can perform better in this way, this will be the right thing we should do in our code base. Then if you can convince the other developer, your code base will also get updated with the new one. So in this way, to optimize your code further, you need to learn a lot of other things behind the scope of your development. So yeah, these were a couple of points that I have talked about that you need to learn in order to be a good software engineer or in order to be a good software developer. So that was all for this video. If you get any feedback on this video, then definitely comment down all of your feedback. I love to hear all of this. So bye bye for this time. See you in the next video.